informed decision. We're a diverse team of award-winning board-certified doctors who believe in providing quality care and the power of choice. Visit our website or call us to learn how SPG is different and why it matters to you.
You're more than just a friend. You're a wingman. A pick-me-up. But on the toughest days, when I'm not sure who to turn to, you might just be a lifeline.
Well, are you looking for a new forever friend? We have several adoptable pets on the show today. Everything from those cuddle buddies to the lazy couch potatoes to your new hiking partner. So come, sit and stay a while. This is Pets on Parade. Good afternoon and welcome to Pets on Parade, which is brought to you by 3TV. I'm Ashley Goebel from the Arizona Humane Society. Thanks so much for joining us today. We've got several adoptable pets for you to meet, including this squirmy little guy here. We have some long-timers on the show for you to meet, including gorgeous, active, playful Fiji, who's been overlooked for a month now. We'll tell you more about this giant lapdog in just a few minutes. Plus, we have some small critters for you to meet on the show as well, and we'll tell you about a guinea pig who set the world record for the longest jump. And also, are you interested in becoming a kitten foster parent? Well, Jared, our kitten expert, will join us in just a bit and provide you with some knowledgeable tools you need to master everything from kitten developmental stages to those midnight feedings and more. But first, if I can keep him contained here, I want you to meet my little co-host. His name's Oliver. He's 13 weeks old, a Yorkshire Terrier his life was saved thanks to the Arizona Humane Society's Parvo Puppy ICU. And thanks to your support, a skilled team of medical technicians, Oliver was nursed back to health and is now your typical puppy. Very spunky, he's bustling with energy. He ricochets around to the furniture, cushions, and parades around the living room, proudly showing off his favorite squeaky toy. What a spunky guy he is. Now let's meet a few of the other adoptable pets on the show today. This is Nyla, an Affenpinscher who was looking a little smutty when she first arrived at the Arizona Humane Society after weeks spent on the streets. But here she is today on the show, looking absolutely fabulous thanks to volunteer groomer Lisa. You did such a great job cleaning up these pups. Can you tell us a little bit about Nyla? I'm sure she feels so much better now that she's got a new hairdo.
She does. When I went and picked her out of her kennel, she had a cone on her head for a period of time while she was healing from her injuries and just was scruffy and needed her eyes cleaned out. But as you can see now, she has this adorable little face. She is 5 months old, and she's an Affenpinscher mix. They are often known as the monkey dogs. She has this cute, show them your cute face. There you go. She has this cute little monkey face, and these Affenpinschers are known as fearless, playful, and almost human-like. And that is very much the way Nyla is. She was an injured stray, so I don't know if you can notice. She had a bad injury on her back legs, so she has 3 legs, but she has this long tail here that almost poses as one of her legs. But she doesn't notice and gets around absolutely without a problem. She loves to play, and she moves at the speed of light. So if you're interested in a fun, funny little lap dog, somebody that you can stroll around the block with and that makes a wonderful cuddle companion, the little Affy here, Nyla, 5 months old, if you're ready for a puppy, she's going to make somebody the best friend.
Well, speaking of puppies, we have the rowdy 14-week-old Nyla up next. She was in critical condition when she first arrived, very ill with the often deadly parvovirus, and she was placed on medication and IV fluids for several days until she made her recovery. She was one of over 300 dogs treated in the Parvo ICU in Perry. Now this Shepherd mix is ready for a home today.
She sure is, Ashley, and she's had a rough start and is looking for that forever home right now. You know, we've had a lot of dogs in the show that have parvo because Arizona Humane Society, like you mentioned, has that parvo award, and we are successfully treating. However, you really don't want it to get that far, and the only way to really prevent parvo is to do vaccinations. We make it kind of easy for you. We have a vaccination clinic we have there, and every Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. there is no reservation needed whatsoever, or no appointment. You can go in the door. It's first come, first serve. It's $21 for the vaccine. And we have them at both facilities, both at our Hatcher and our South Mountain Dobbins facility. So please check it out, and please get your doggy vaccinated. This little one right here is a little joy. She had that parvovirus, but boy, she's pure puppy right now. We're looking at a little German Shepherd mix here. Very gorgeous. You know, I was reading the profile from the former owner, and it's actually a very good one for 14 weeks of old, house trained, doesn't have any destructive issues, and their last words were, loves to play with people and other dogs. And that's what puppies are all about, and this is one great one. This is little Nyla.
Well, our shelter pets are sending purrs and tail wags to Nicholas, a young animal lover who wanted to help homeless animals, and he held a pet supply collection drive. He brought in over 120 cans of pet food, which will really help us out during these busy upcoming months. Nicholas and his parents actually signed up to become foster parents after leaving the shelter, which we're really excited about as well. Now, more than half of the animals that arrive at the Arizona Humane Society are in need of medical care, and last year we treated over 12,000 animals in our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital. And volunteer Linda is here today with one of the hospital's most recent furry patients. Linda, tell us about Freddie.
Freddie here, yes, he was found by a Good Samaritan with a severely injured ear. But after several stitches and 10 days of medicine, he's brand new, good as new. He's incredibly mellow. He's 4 years old, and I was just backstage here, and I was walking him on the leash a little bit, just like a dog. So he's got some characteristics that are quite unique for cats. In addition, one of his favorite things to do in the cat adoption center is to watch bird videos from his perch. So you can only imagine in front of a window what he would do all day long. And then at night, he sleeps on his back with his forelegs in the air. This is Freddie, and he's got this wonderful purr. It's Roaring Freddie. Let's call him Roaring Freddie.
Love him. What a sweet kitty he is. Thanks, Linda. Now, someone saw this doggy Feather hobble to the curb after she was hit by a car, and the accident left her with a large gash on her head and her stomach. But after a few weeks of healing in our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, Feather was back in action and ready to play. She was later adopted and now lives in a loving home in Phoenix. You know, pit bulls and chihuahuas make up 51% of the pet intake in shelters here in the valley, and sweet dogs like Fiji often get overlooked. And if there's one person who can attest to how awesome pit bulls are, it's volunteer Perry. You've met thousands of amazing pit bulls in your time volunteering at the shelter, and Fiji here is really a sweet dog.
You know, I can honestly say when I first started at the Arizona Humane Society volunteering that I had never actually encountered, probably came to face-to-face or petted, and I'm going to put air quotes around that pit bull breed because, you know, it really is not a breed. I'm going to call them a pseudo-breed. They're mixed breed animals. And since then, I have, like you said, interacted with thousands and probably adopted out another 1,000 too. All types of people, grandmothers and grandfathers and people with small children and young couples and old couples and everywhere in between, because those people know this is one great doggy right here. You know, there's been many historic ones in history. There's Colonel Stubby, I think, is the most famous, the World War I dog. Petey of our gang is a beloved character, and that's one dog that just was with kids all the time. And she's one great doggy right here. And, you know, they are strong. There's a lot of them, and they do have needs. And so what we do is we do kennel enrichment for our pit bull type doggies. And kennel enrichment can be anything from clicker training, sit and be quiet training, agility training, all kinds of things, loose leash walking. So we have a behavior staff at the Arizona Humane Society that works with these dogs and makes their stay with us very, very enjoyable. You know what? Make their stay even more enjoyable by making it a very, very short stay, and come on down and check out a dog like this. You know, people come in and looking for specific breeds of dogs. They're just dogs, and this dog is just one of those dogs. Come on down, see if it's a match, and take home this really, really gorgeous little girl right here.
From belly rubs to her carrying around her favorite stuffed toy, she's just a sweetheart. Has been overlooked for way too long. Come down and meet her today. Well, when the weather warms up, breeding season begins, and dozens of unwanted kittens arrive at our doorstep every single day. In 2014, the Arizona Humane Society opened a kitten nursery to care for kitties ages 5 to 8 weeks old, and last year we cared for over 400 little ones. But hundreds of other Kit Kats, you know, were saved by people like you who open up their heart and their homes to help raise a kitten in need. And Linda, we're so thankful for foster parents like Marlene, who raised Paris and Prince here for a few weeks until they were old enough to go out for adoption.
This here is Prince, and this here is his baby sister, Paris. Yes, there are just two of so many of our cats that need fostering because they come to us as newborns. And a lot of times they need to be bottle fed every few hours, and we don't have enough time or volunteers to do that. So we have a great program at the Humane Society that's a foster program. And if you're not sure if you need you would like a cat or a kitten, a dog or a puppy, you can come down, volunteer, and foster one of our animals, get a taste for what animal you might like. It's possible maybe you decide that you can only do a one-day fostering, possibly even longer. We have many military people that go overseas and they need their pets taken care of. So if you wanted to join us, you can check on the internet, the ArizonaHumaneSociety.org/foster, and be a foster hero.
All right, so you're interested in bottle feeding kittens. Well, it may sound overwhelming, but our expert Jared is here to help you become a pro at saving these precious little lives. Stay with us. The cuteness continues when we come back.
Anybody who has this program is going to tell you this program works.
The studies that they have done have shown no academic gains.
Money for our military or educating thousands of Arizona kids? The multi-million-dollar debate.
Thursday at 9:43, only on 3TV.
Surprise! Surprise! I can't believe you! Oh my God, thank you! Thank you so much.
I've never gotten anything given to me in my life.
The Arizona's Family Surprise Squad is powered by Valley Toyota dealers and only on 3TV.
I'm Russell Shaw with Realty One Group. For years, I've been telling you, we help more home sellers sell, offer flexible commissions, the right to sell it yourself, and if you're not happy, fire me. Let my results speak.
It was on the market for 12 days and sold.
13 days after listing, we're under contract.
We had a contract in 19 hours.
I'm not bragging. I'm applying for a job. I want to be your realtor.
Call 602-957-7777.
Thank you.
Football can be a violent sport. You never know when you're going to be blindsided. It's important to be safe. It's important to keep those around you safe. Jared can protect his guys, but he can't protect you.
I count on my equipment to protect me. Make sure you protect yourself. Wear a seatbelt.
Seatbelts for life.
Parade. So you found a litter of kittens. Well, before you scoop them up and bring them to your local shelter, wait a few hours, see if mom returns, as it's possible she's out there gathering food. And if she returns, provide mom with some food and let her raise her babies until they're about 8 weeks old. If you found a motherless kitten, you're going to need to know how to bottle feed them, but I know it sounds overwhelming. You don't have to be concerned because our kitten expert, Jared, is joining us today to give us all the tips and information we need to know on how to raise these little ones. Jared, welcome to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Lots of cute kitties here. Let's start by kind of identifying their developmental stages. What ages are these ones here that I'm holding?
So these guys here are going to be right around a couple of days old. If they still have their umbilical cords, they're within 3 days or less.
Okay. They're so wobbly, so tiny. They're no bigger than a little peanut here. Oh my goodness gracious, look at this one. Still has the umbilical cord attached. So these are just a couple days old, you said. Eyes aren't even open. Now this little one that Linda's holding, how old do we think he is?
He's only a little closer to 2 to 3 weeks old. His incisors are probably starting to come in, so his middle teeth.
Okay.
And he's probably starting to think about being changed off of the formula onto like a gruel mixture.
Okay, his eyes are open. He's still really round and really still looks so super tiny. And then the one you have is the oldest of the bunch here. How old is this one?
He's gonna be right around 4 weeks. So when they turn 4 weeks, they can start to regulate their own body temperature. You don't have to stimulate them anymore. That's helping them go to the bathroom. They're starting to have more of their teeth in. They're going to be a little more active, too.
Okay. Now, people may not realize, but kittens cannot regulate their own body temperature. So it's really important that we keep them warm. Show us how we're supposed to do that.
So the best thing, we've got a microwave heat disc here you can get off the internet, roughly $30 or $40. You throw it in the microwave for 3-4 minutes. and you can put it back in their kennel. You want to make sure that there's some type of blanket or towel over top of it just so the kittens aren't directly onto it and doesn't burn them at all.
Right.
There's also like little rice socks like we have here. You can throw it in the microwave for a minute or so.
That's just cooking rice in a sock?
In a sock, yep. Those don't last as long temperature-wise. It's good for about an hour, so you want to check up on it fairly frequently.
And you want to make sure that the kittens have a place to get off the heat if it's a little too warm, right?
Yep.
Perfect. So keeping them warm is really important. You don't want to feed a cold kitten because their bodies can't digest the formula. Okay, so give us a little demonstration. How do we feed these little babies? How do we mix the formula, I guess, is the first step.
You do 2 parts water to 1 part formula powder. We use kitten milk replacement, and you just throw it in the bottle here, shake it up. It needs to be warmed, like you said. It should be about 100 degrees, slightly warm to the touch. You can take a couple dabbles on the inside of your wrist.
Like you would your baby.
Yep, exactly like that.
Okay. And then how do we... You were telling me before not to warm the bottle directly in the microwave, to put it in a little bowl of warm water or use warm water. How do we feed them? Can you give us a little demo on this little guy?
Sure.
Or is he not hungry?
This guy's not the hungriest.
I've got a really hungry one over here, if you want to try her.
We will trade here.
Oh my goodness, she's so small.
If you can just kind of watch her. So...
Oh, the nipple might be a little too big for her.
Gently just grab, kind of around their shoulder area, and you just gently insert the little nipple into the corner of their mouth.
There
and
she
then
goes.
You can see she's pretty interested in it.
How much do you feed them? Do you just feed them until they stop eating?
For the most part, you want to be a little careful with overfeeding, and that can cause diarrhea. For these guys, probably about an ounce a day is all that they'll want to be fed. You'll notice when they're really interested in the formula, their ears will start to flicker a little bit, and bubbles will form around their mouth.
Oh, that's a sign you're doing it right.
Right, and then also your bottle position, you want to make sure that it's not tilted downwards and there's a bunch of air getting into them when they're eating. So you want to make sure it's slanted up at about a 45 degree in their mouth. And then you should have successful feeding.
Oh, look at her, just chowing down, loving it. And there is different, nipple sizes, so if the kitten's not responding to that one, you can try a different one. They come in even variety packs, which is great too. Lastly, of course, when do kittens start using the litter box?
Again, right around that 4-week age mark, you can start to introduce the litter box. You won't have to stimulate them as much. And like a pointer to help with that is just put a little bit of their poo in their litter box, and they'll smell, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go.
In the meantime, you have to be mama kitty and help them go to the bathroom, and that's when the Cottonelle wipes come in, right?
Yep. And you want to make sure it's alcohol-free, scent-free, and you're gently dabbing on the genital area, not rubbing with a lot of pressure that can cause friction and irritation. So it's very gentle, one direction, kind of like mom would do.
Well, wonderful. These little babies are going to grow up fast, and they do have to be fed every 2 hours.
Yep.
I have friends that take them to the office with them. Ask your boss, perhaps they'll let you bring them. They sleep a lot of the day,
they do.
you just need every couple hours, give them something to eat. But a lot of office employees will even take them to work and feed them that way. But they do take a lot of time and commitment. They sure are worth it, though, these little babies. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for
Great tips. There's more information on our website, including videos, diagrams, charts, everything you need to know to take care of a little bottle kitten. It's all at azhumane.org. Stay with us. We have more adoptable pets for you to meet, and also we'll tell you about a critter that was rescued from a chimney. We'll be right back.
Relief on so many levels. Let our licensed chiropractors relieve your everyday aches and pains in a way that works for everyday life.
The Joint Chiropractic. Get started today with your initial consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29.
Hurry in for your last chance to save during the final week of the Living Spaces Spring Clearance Event, where you'll find the season's best selection of closeouts, special buys, clearance collections, and other amazing deals for the entire home. Whether you're shopping for a new living room, bedroom, dining room, or looking for home decor, we have something for every style at unbeatable prices. But it all ends Sunday, so get to the Living Spaces Spring Clearance Event before these deals are gone.
Spencer
Spencer's biggest sale all year continues with even bigger savings on all your favorite brands. No matter where you read it, hear it, or who quotes it, Spencer's will always beat it. Get additional rebates and exclusive discounts available only at Spencer's on all GE appliances. Plus, you could still be a Big Four finalist with 3 additional grand prizes yet to win. No matter where you read it, hear it, or who quotes it, Spencer's will always beat it. It's like having a friend in the business.
Relief on so many levels. Let our licensed chiropractors relieve your everyday aches and pains in a way that works for everyday life.
The Joint Chiropractic. Get started today with your initial consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29.
Welcome back. This is Minnie. She's a very pretty kitty, laid-back cat who likes to take it easy, soak up attention. And Lisa, she's looking for a new home that's kind of quiet and calm, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Very unique markings on her.
Minnie is absolutely beautiful and soft as velvet. She's one of those densely coated, very, very soft cats. She is beautiful. She's 10 years old, and when she was brought to the shelter by her owner, they were losing their home, and she couldn't live in the RV with them, so she had them write out very specific instructions to her new humans, which is she's not particular, she's very friendly, she only likes clumping litter and has never eliminated out of the box. She likes little stuffed animals, and if you give her a little 2x2 square and you pat it like this, she will go right over and lay down on it. Aww. So it sounds like she is a wonderfully accommodating kitty. She enjoys veggies on top of her dry kibble, but she is just looking for somebody to take her in and just give her the snuggles that she's looking for. She's very, very soft. It will be an easy task to perform.
A kitty that likes veggies? I've never heard of such a thing. Minnie is very unique, that's for sure. Now, homeowners heard cooing coming from their engine and, their chimney, and soon discovered that the pigeon was trapped between the chimney shield and the top cap. They called our dispatch team, and the emergency animal medical technicians from our shelter arrived at the residence. After about an hour, the rescue team finally caught the bird and was able to set him free again. Now, Pogo is up next, and she's content with a leisurely stroll, and afterwards she likes to just curl up at your feet and take a little snooze on a dog bed. And Linda, this hound is looking for a calm and quiet home.
Well, I'd like to introduce Pogo here. She is such a lovely dog. She's still very young, but she's different than most hounds and their qualities that they're known for. She really likes to stay by her owner. So she'll follow you from room to room, and then she'll enjoy quiet evenings on the sofa watching movies and Netflix marathons with you. And she does love her morning walks, though, and we suggest, please, with the heat that's getting hotter and hotter these days, just be a little bit aware of the heat. Come here. She's the only one on the stage. You're the only one here. That's right. That's Pogo.
All right. Well, a guinea pig from Scotland holds the record for longest jump. There it is. Truffles achieved the worldwide fame after making an incredible leap of 48 centimeters. His owner, Chloe, was incredibly proud. Now, we aren't sure here if little Bogart, our adoptable guinea pig on the show today, will ever beat that record, but these two guinea pigs they just make great companions either way, Perry, whether they're world record holders or not.
Right. He's not doing any jumping right now. He's very, very comfy right now in my arms. You know, I always start out every segment with a guinea pig saying, what a great first pet for children. But, you know, I've been thinking about that. What a great first pet for anybody. I think these would be great for children and adults of any age. They are wonderful. They are just so mellow, very, very gentle animals. They are a lot of fun. They're very, very interactive. But just do your homework a little bit. They do need some special care, most notably the vitamin C deficiency in their diet. So you need to get them some extra vitamin C either through like kale, strawberries, oranges, or vitamin C supplements. They need Timothy hay is the staple of their diet like it is in rabbits. They need plenty of water, fresh water, lots of play, lots of love. And look at this little guy. Do you see anything cuter than this? Like I said, great pet for anybody.
He's giving you kisses right now, Perry. That's so cute. All right, more cuteness here with Felice. If you love being on the trails, and then you definitely have something in common with this doggie. She's athletic, enjoys exploring the great outdoors. But Lisa, she spent the afternoon in my office, and She does snore. She was quite content just taking a nap, too. So whatever you want to do, whatever you're up for, she's down to hang out with her humans.
That's right. Feliz. She was found as a stray, and it's one of the sadder stories. She was found at 59th Avenue in Bethany home, rescued by our EAMTs with an injured leg and in labor. Yes, Miss Feliz here. She is Feliz, happy, that means in Spanish, and she fits the bill either in Spanish or English. Happy girl, she raised her little family. Her puppies have all been adopted, and Miss Feliz was taken in by Phil when he just fell in love with her and her little family. They've all been raised, and Feliz now is going to be able to join your family. She is happy, she is housebroken, and Bill says she makes the best companion.
All right, well, stay with us. We have more adoptable pets when we come back.
I'm Alex Trebek. If you're age 50 to 85, I have an important message about security. Write down the number on your screen so you can call when I finish. The lock I want to talk to you about isn't the one on your door. This is a lock for your life insurance, a rate lock that guarantees your rate can never go up at any time for any reason. But be careful. Many policies you see do not have one. But you can get a lifetime rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. Call this number to learn more. This plan was designed with a rate lock for people on a fixed income who want affordable life insurance that's simple to get. Coverage options for just $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. Act now, and your rate will be locked in for life. It will never increase. Guaranteed. This is lifelong coverage that can never be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Guaranteed. And your acceptance is guaranteed, with no health questions. You cannot be turned down because of your health. Call for your information kit and read about this rate lock for yourself. You'll also get a free gift with great information. Both are free, with no obligation. Don't miss out. Call for information, then decide. Read about the 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Call this number now.
Call 1-800-247-5805 for your free information kit and your free gift. There's no obligation. You can also visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-247-5805. 1-800-247-5805. Call or click now.
Help us make the 13th annual Pat's Run, presented by Tech Systems, a sellout. Proceeds will benefit Pat Tillman Legacy and the Tillman Foundation. Register now at patsrun.com and join us Saturday, April 22nd in Tempe from 3TV and CBS 5.
Welcome back to the show. Are the boring Saturday nights driving you nuts? Well, join us for an evening of fun and games and an adult version of our super popular Kids Camp Victory Vets. You can bring in your inner child and your photo ID and playfully explore the ins and outs of veterinary science and basic pet first aid while enjoying appetizers and adult beverages. It's being held at our Campus for Compassion. It's going to be a great time. You can register online at azhumane.org. Well, you will never see a dog quite as unique as Bear here. He's a Labrador Mastiff mix with tan brindle markings that are just out of this world. Perry, he is full of energy, needs an active home, but I'm just in love with this beautiful boy.
You know, I walked in the facility last Saturday, Ashley, and he was in the back room with the adoption counselors. Why? Because they love him so much. They had him out of his kennel playing with him. He came running over to me with all 90-some pounds of him, tail wagging, ears flopping. He loves everybody. He's a very, very sweet boy. He's a very striking guy, too. He's got the Mastiff type brindle looks. He's got the hound dog or big lab type of body. He is a very, very sweet boy. He's like a gigantic lap dog, a gentle giant. He's all that wrapped into one, and he can be yours. This is the big Bear.
Well, the Stark family is in love with their newly adopted dog, Gabby, a boxer from the Arizona Humane Society. They say that she is a wonderfully goofy, sweet, playful bundle of love and fits perfectly into their home and apparently on the couch as well. Now we wrap up the show today with an adorable pair of puppies. Lisa, tell us about these two terriers, Piper and Molly.
Well, Piper is this one, the little tan and white one, and Sarah has Molly. They are 11 weeks old, and we've got them as Parsons Russell Terrier mixes. And they are known as Parsons Russell Terriers to be spunky and active and very lively companions. These guys are going to be a lot of fun. They need, you know, a little bit of exercise. They've got that on-off switch at this age. So you can take them hiking, jogging, play a little fetch in the backyard, and then next thing you know, they'll be curled up on your lap asleep. They're both very, very sweet. They love to give kisses. And these two are going to be wonderful companions, but they are going to need training. So they need the works at 11 weeks old, potty training, maybe crate training, and make sure that you keep all of your toys and your shoes up at this stage. So with a lot of love and some patience, these two are going to make wonderful companions for any family.
All right, Lisa, you're always full of good advice for our puppy friends. Now, for more information about the pets on today's show, you can visit azhumane.org or call the number right there on your screen. Everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week with more Adoptable Pets. Puppy cuteness coming up.
Welcome to Caring for Arizona, your source for healthcare-related news and information from around the state. We have a great show for you this week with some amazing stories, all told by the doctors caring for you, caring for Arizona. Let's get started.
Our understanding of psoriasis has really changed in the last decade. So psoriasis used to be regarded as a skin-only disease. What we know now is this is actually a disease of the entire body. Patients with psoriasis are at higher risk for heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and also even neurological